we've been through it, and these little moments where we can celebrate, we got to capitalize on them because it's not very often we were very celebrated in a way. So I'm glad that I can be able to bring this to us, bring this to our locker room. But we still got some work to do.
Whoa, the sports world just got flipped upside down. Caitlyn Clark, yes, the rookie phenom who took the WNBA by storm, has just made another history-making move, but this time, it's not on the hardwood. She's now teaming up with the LPGA, stepping into the world of professional golf with a crossover event and massive endorsement deals that have sent shockwaves across every league. But not everyone's celebrating. In fact, one superstar in particular, AJ Wilson, is fuming. The two-time MVP and Las Vegas Aces star is reportedly furious over Caitlyn's growing fame, and the LPGA deal seems to have pushed her over the edge. This is AJ Wilson loses IT after Caitlyn Clark's shocking LPGA golf deal. And trust me, this story gets wild. Stay tuned because we're breaking down how Caitlyn Clark ended up in the golf spotlight, why the LPGA's offer sparked outrage, AJ Wilson's jealous meltdown, and what this means for the future of women's sports. Let's get into it. Caitlyn Clark has been rewriting the playbook for women's sports since the moment she stepped into the WNBA. The Indiana Fever rookie turned a struggling franchise into a cultural phenomenon. From packed arenas to record TV ratings, she didn't just bring fans, she brought money. The Fever's social value skyrocketed to over $55 million, surpassing entire WNBA franchises combined. Brands like Nike, Gatorade, State Farm, and Wilson Sporting Goods lined up to sign her. But Caitlyn wasn't done. While most athletes were taking some well-earned rest after the season, she surprised everyone by showing up with a golf club. The LPGA, yes, the Ladies Professional Golf Association, invited Clark to participate in one of their Pro-Am showcase events, a high-profile tournament that blends athletes, celebrities, and golf pros for charity and exposure. Fans thought it was a fun little crossover. But then came the twist. Clark wasn't just participating, she was partnering. Reports emerged that Caitlyn signed a multi-million-dollar promotional deal with major LPGA sponsors, making her the new face of cross-sport branding for women athletes. Nike's golf division reportedly offered her a collaboration line, Clark x LPGA, featuring limited edition golf gear inspired by her style and attitude. For Caitlyn, this was about breaking barriers and uniting women's sports. But for others, it felt like a slap in the face. The moment the LPGA deal went public, social media exploded. Fans celebrated Caitlyn's move as another sign of her unstoppable rise. But inside the WNBA, the reaction was tense. Several players, mostly veterans, expressed frustration, calling out what they saw as media favoritism and sponsorship bias. Some accused brands of ignoring longtime WNBA stars who had been in the league for years, only to now throw all their resources behind one rookie. Tweets started flying. Subtweets, memes, interviews, it got ugly. And right in the middle of the storm was none other than AJ Wilson, the face of the Las Vegas Aces and arguably the league's best player. While AJ didn't directly name Caitlyn, her posts spoke volumes. In one cryptic message, she wrote, "Funny how some folks can step into any sport and get crowned before they've even earned it. Must be nice." Another post said, "Exposure ain't always equality." Fans immediately connected the dots, and the debate caught fire. AJ's frustration wasn't just about golf. It was about what Caitlyn represented, a young white rookie receiving more attention, sponsorships, and cross-sport opportunities in 1 year than most WNBA vets had seen in a decade. But here's the thing, Caitlyn didn't take opportunities from anyone. She created them. The LPGA partnership isn't just about golf, it's about vision. Both the WNBA and LPGA have long struggled for mainstream exposure. But Caitlyn Clark's brand transcends traditional boundaries. She attracts millions of casual fans who might not have cared about women's sports before. So when she shows up to an LPGA event, suddenly, golf broadcasts spike in ratings. Sponsors take notice. Merch sells out. That's what marketability looks like. And to her credit, Caitlyn isn't just doing this for herself. During a recent interview, she said, "Women's sports are all connected. When one league grows, we all grow. If I can bring more eyes to another sport, that's a win for everyone. Those are leadership words, but not everyone is hearing them that way. Some WNBA players, particularly those who've been outspoken critics of Clark, view it as another reminder of how the media picks favorites. They argue that for years, they've been grinding for recognition while Caitlyn walks in and gets the world handed to her. And while that's emotionally understandable, it's also missing the bigger picture. Caitlyn isn't being handed anything. She's earning it through unprecedented impact, numbers, and global reach. So what exactly did AJ do after the LPGA news broke? Let's break it down. According to multiple reports and insider commentary, AJ was furious when she saw the headlines.
Yeah, I loved it. I tried to be around it as much as I could, as much as I had time for. I played just about every sport growing up, but I remember when I had like one off weekend of not playing like soccer, basketball, whatever it was, I'd beg my dad to take me, and I obviously wasn't very good, but I just loved being outside and trying something new and just...
During a team event, she reportedly vented to teammates about marketing double standards and media obsession with Caitlyn. Then, on her podcast appearance the next day, she threw subtle shade without naming names. It's wild seeing people celebrated for things we've been doing forever. But I guess it hits different when certain people do it. That comment sparked a firestorm. Within hours, fans flooded the replies, some defending AJ, others calling her out for jealousy. One viral post read, "AJ, you're amazing. But maybe instead of complaining, appreciate that Caitlyn's success opens doors for all women." Even sports analysts joined in. Former players like Rebecca Lobo and Sue Bird weighed in, saying this wasn't about favoritism, it was about momentum. Caitlyn's rise was lifting everyone, whether they liked it or not. But AJ wasn't backing down. Later that week, she liked a tweet that said, "Certain players are media darlings because they fit the image. Others gotta work twice as hard for half the attention." That single reignited the racial and cultural debate that's been simmering in the WNBA since Caitlyn's debut, the clash between talent, visibility, and representation. And suddenly, what should have been a feel-good golf moment turned into a full-blown controversy. Sports talk shows went crazy. ESPN, Fox Sports, and social media podcasts all jumped in. Some hosts called out AJ for bitter energy, saying that attacking Caitlyn only hurts women's sports. Others defended her frustration, arguing that systemic inequalities still exist and that her anger comes from years of being overlooked. But one thing everyone agreed on, Caitlyn Clark is changing the game. When she touches a court, a golf course, or a microphone, audiences follow. And with that kind of power comes tension. Fans online began dividing into camps, Team Caitlyn versus Team AJ. Hashtags like #JealousyAintLeadership and #StandWithAJ trended simultaneously. Even celebrities chimed in, from Charles Barkley to Stephen A. Smith. Stephen said it best on his show, "You can't get mad at greatness. Caitlyn Clark didn't steal the spotlight, she earned it. And if her shine feels like it's dimming yours, maybe it's time to level up, not lash out." That quote went viral. Meanwhile, Caitlyn remained composed. She didn't respond to any of the noise. Instead, she showed up at the LPGA event, smiling, signing autographs, and sinking putts like she'd been doing it her whole life. The crowd adored her. That calm professionalism, that quiet confidence, made her look like the mature one in the whole situation. Now here's what most people don't realize. The LPGA strategically planned this. They've been watching Caitlyn Clark's rise for months, studying her marketability. When they saw how she boosted TV ratings and sold out arenas, they knew she was the key to unlocking new audiences. So, they reached out through Nike's golf division and built a partnership that would not only benefit Clark, but expand the LPGA's footprint into the basketball demographic. In other words, it wasn't about favoritism, it was about smart business. And it worked. After Clark's appearance, LPGA's social media following spiked by 40%, merchandise sales doubled that week, and sponsors reported record engagement. It's about showing young girls that you can be more than one thing, that you can rewrite the rules, even in a system built to limit you. AJ Wilson may have lost her cool, but maybe, just maybe, this is the spark women's sports needed all along. Because when the conversation gets loud, people start paying attention. Caitlyn Clark didn't just change the game. She became the game. This is Basketball Dynasty, and we will see you in next video.